How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think. So meet me halfway, take a tiny moment, and give my podcast and each episode a review rating. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Moreover, I hope to provide you with gut-wrenching laughter and a touch of wisdom. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding, and I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. Now, as always, I, your host, Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. Unplug from life and dive all into episode 17 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Today's show is called Flip the Script. Come into my world and find out, are you a shit taker or a shit giver? In my perfect world, we would take our power back from sexual harassers and flip the script on them and give them a taste of their own demented sexual medicine. Are key allies protecting Trump's crooked behavior or hiding a bigger political criminal conspiracy? Before I begin, I am going to do a call out. What's a call out? Well, it's not a shout out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show, because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D. Thank you for joining me again, and thank you for listening to the Come Into My World segment. Today, I am going to start it off with a question. And my question is, where are my pooper scoopers? That is what I said. Yes. Where are my pooper scoopers? Who am I talking to? Well, I'm talking to you. Don't look left. Don't look right. Don't look in front of you, and definitely do not look behind you. Instead, take a long, hard look in the motherfucking mirror. I bet you don't even know what a pooper scooper is, and I bet you didn't know that you are probably more than likely a pooper scooper. Now, don't turn this episode off because, again, you think I've lost my mind, and please don't go anywhere because I have offended you. Now, if you've been listening to me before, I told you I like to shake, rattle, and roll, and I do a little mind fucking. And some days I do a lot of mind fucking, and I think today may be one of a lot of mind fucking type of days. So if you're offended, I do apologize. And if you're taken aback, I do apologize. Don't go anywhere. But as usual, if you stay with me, maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you won't. Maybe you give a fuck. Maybe you don't. Either way, just stick along. Hopefully you'll have some fun with me. So the definition of a pooper scooper. Well, traditionally, when you hear about pooper scoopers, they are the people or the service that picks up dog poo. that you pay to have them pick up your dog poo. But I'm not talking about literally picking up dog shit. A pooper scooper is a figurative speech. It's a metaphor. A pooper scooper is a person that picks up and holds on to other people's shit. No, not human shit, literally. Again, I am speaking figuratively. I mean shit as in people's fucking issues, problems, insecurities, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Now, you can't stop life from happening to you. And you can't stop life from happening around you. But you definitely can stop people from leaving their shit at your doorstep, on your lawn, or in your damn house. That's what pooper scoopers are. They are people who allow other people to drop their shit off onto them into their life. Now, you're probably saying, I didn't know people were dropping their shit off onto me. Well, that's the magic of being a pooper scooper. You really don't know the shit is happening to you unless you take a step back and watch the inner workings of what your life is. And usually the pooper scooping things start with the people who are closest to you. And these are the people that are supposed to take care of you, look after you, and they are the ones that are violating you. And you don't even know it because you are being helpful because you love them, you care for them, you want the best for them. And when they violate you, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, that's why it hurts so much, because you care. And because you care, you allowed or accepted things from them continuously over and over and over again. Now, you may also be the type that is hurt by strangers' actions. And that's okay too, because we're all wired differently. Have you ever had a dream, a goal, idea, or thought, and someone diminished it or discouraged you, and you listened to them? Think about what I said. Normally, you share your dreams, your hopes, your ideas, your creativity, your innovation with the people who are closest to you. And have you had those things shut down, diminished, marginalized, and you actually listened to the person and decided not to pursue whatever it is that was on your mind? Meaning, you never tried to do it or make it a reality. Deep down, you probably have regrets, or you've buried it deep inside your mind and heart and thinking that it's going to disappear. But guess what? You are a pooper scooper. That's what I said. You are a pooper scooper. You allowed someone else's ideas, issues to deter you from trying or doing something that spoke to your soul, your heart. You know, most of my dreams and goals are too much for most people. Like, they're way the fuck out there. Like, they're so way the fuck out there. They're so large and so big that people look at me like you're probably listening to me thinking the bitch is crazy. And I've told you before, I am. But I'm a different type of crazy. But I'm trying to tell you that I'm relating to you right now. And even when I was younger, I would tell people what I wanted and what I was going to do. And they would look at me like I was crazy. Some said I was crazy as shit. And they were truthful about the crazy as shit part. That was the real part. But my dreams and my goals, no, they were not right about. So then, you know, I would say in my mind, I'm going to keep that shit in my head and not share it with such people. In our society, we are taught, I guess it's our social etiquette, to be polite, to be kind, to be patient, to be withstanding, to value the thoughts, opinions of others.
over our own. And it starts at a very, very early age. I believe it begins with our parents, our siblings, our family members, that they know what's best for us more than we know what's best for ourselves. So when you grow up with that mindset, you are more than inclined to be swayed one way or the other, depending on who you surround yourself with. And one thing that I did for myself at a very, very early age is that when I started sharing my hopes, my dreams, my goals, and they were not well received, or they were ill conceived, or people just looked like maybe I had a booger stuck in my middle of my forehead, whatever the case may be, I proceeded to make a mental note, which says, don't discuss shit, meaning anything important or life-changing, with this son of a bitch. That is what I said. Why? Well, I'm going to explain to you why. They say that birds of a flock fly together. And if you look in life, there are a lot of cliques. And cliques are just groups of people who have similarities. Those similarities can be body type, personality, restaurants, food. Whatever the case may be. A clique is just a group of people who want to be around someone very similar to themselves in whatever regard. And they're like a close-knit cult. But the problem is, if you are at some station or point in your life, and you know that this is not where you want to be, then you're never going to get to where you're trying to be if you are hanging around people who don't have your vision, that do not have your ambition, do not have your drive and goal. And you have to make a decision many times in your life on what you're choosing. Are you going to choose to break from the flock, to break from the herd, to break from the clique, to pursue a path that's unknown, that's foreign, that you're completely ignorant about for your dreams, for your happiness? Or are you going to stick with what it is that you know, that you're comfortable with, and basically cremate, incinerate your passions, your dreams, your goal? That is a very difficult choice to make. It's a test of your character. It's a test of your integrity. It's a test of your strength and your will. It's not an easy decision to make. It's not an easy decision to make at all. So when you make that decision, you have to be steadfast in that decision. Because if you really want what you seek, which is completely different than what you have in front of you, that's a lot of bravery. That's a lot of courage. And the people who you think should support you, more than likely is not going to support you, because they are not going to understand you and what it is that you're trying to do. It's the crab mentality. It's the crab mentality. And sometimes you have to go alone on things. Now, here I am. A lot of you don't know who I am. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know anything about me. But what I will say is, and I've said in another episode, where I originated from and where I am today, it's leap years. It's leap years ahead. And when I think back to that time when I was younger, growing up, trying to figure out where I was going in life and what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, and I realized almost 100% of people around me, they couldn't get it. They couldn't grasp it. But I didn't let that stop me from what I needed to do. Now, because of the path that I chose, and I chose to pursue the things that I did, I had to go it alone. And I had to be strong within myself to pursue it, because there was no one that could help me, because they couldn't understand what it was I was trying to achieve, because they couldn't even understand what I was trying to achieve and how I could possibly even achieve it, because it was beyond their mental capabilities. So now here I am, years have gone by, and if you compare my life today to their life today, there's a huge discrepancy. Meaning, I left them behind. I left them way behind. So yes, even though I didn't know how I was going to achieve what I wanted or what I sought, it changed my life course. It changed my experiences. It changed the people I've met. It changed everything. And unfortunately, I had to leave those folks behind. I had to leave them light years behind. And you can't look back. You cannot look back. And you cannot feel bad about that, because I am closer to where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be exactly, but I'm much closer than I ever would have been if I didn't let those folks go. Now, I didn't say that I'm disrespectful. I am ashamed of them. I look down upon them. No, I think everyone has the freedom of choice to choose the life that they want and to choose to go about to obtain that life that they want by the means that they think are appropriate for them. So everyone's differently. So your best friend in high school, you can still love them to death, but you guys may drift apart and you can still have that love in your heart, but you realize that your lifestyles, your preferences, what you do, it's just, they do not overlap. They do not complement one another at all. So when you hang around people with expectations and dreams not aligned or higher than your own, they're going to hold you back and they're going to hold you down. It's just human nature. That is what happens. Cliques want to keep the clique in line and the same. And if you're trying to venture out of that, they're going to shut you the fuck down or they're going to kick you the fuck out. And you have to make a choice. Now, I protect my dreams like they're my children. Now, if you achieved your biggest goal or dream, what would you do? How would you act? If you had the chance to achieve your biggest goal or dream, after you've left the group, left the crowd, venture out on your own, do you know what or how you're going to handle your success? Are you prepared for that? So every step of the way, there's a challenge. First, there's a challenge and identifying that, hey, I'm different. I have some different needs and wants than the people who are surrounded by me. You have to make a choice about staying with the group or venturing out. And let's say you decide to venture out and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you're going in faith, you're going blindly, and you're making progress. And let's say that day comes where you have the chance to have your biggest dream delivered to you. Do you know what you're going to do? Do you know how you're going to act? Do you know what you're going to say? Do you know how you're going to behave? Most people do not know because they do not expect their dreams to happen. Yes, that's what the fuck I said. People talk about goals and dreams all the time, about how they wish, what they want, what they fantasize about, what they're salivating over, all that motherfucking shit. But now here's another deeper question. Let's just say you got what you wanted. Are you ready for it? That is why they say be careful what the fuck you ask for, because you just might get it. It's like the person who wins millions of dollars playing the lottery. You wanted the money. That's why you bought the ticket. You kept trying and trying and trying. Lo and behold, here is that day you won that motherfucking money. You won your pot of gold, whatever it is. Are you ready for that shit? Are you ready? Because most people, when it happens, they lose their damn minds. Why do they lose their minds? Because they don't have a plan. They don't have a plan. You see, it's hard enough to dream. It's hard enough to decide to pursue your dreams. And then when your dream comes true, you're like, shit, OMG. What the fuck do I do? And you get so caught up in the excitement and the dismay and you're shocked and you're all that you lose your motherfucking mind. And you piss on your blessing. So again, if you achieve your dreams, if you venture out and do everything that I talk about, are you ready for it? Because let me tell you something about me. I know exactly what I am going to do. That is what I said. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I've thought it out. I'm ready to pivot, turn, fucking duck, shuck, whatever the case I may be. I am ready for that shit. You have to be firm in your convictions of yourself and your dreams, even if you can't see the way or how you're going to achieve it. You have to. And this is where some pooper scoopers comes in play, because good things happen can cause problems for you. Bad things happen can cause problems for you. So that's where that surety of self within yourself has to come into play, because you have to know thyself, what you want, why you want it. And you really have to do a lot of self-awareness, because when you're not achieving your dream and you're listening to others, you're pooper scooping. When you achieve your dream and you don't know what the fuck you do, then other people come in, they swarm in like motherfucking bees or fucking rats, and they start trying to influence you to do shit that if you had a plan, you probably wouldn't motherfucking be doing. You got it? People like to take their problems and make it someone else's. Meaning when you achieve your dream, that all of a sudden you become responsible for some shit that you never signed up for. Yes, that's what the fuck I said. When you achieve your dream, all of a sudden you become responsible for some shit that you never actually agreed upon. All of a sudden you become a role model. You have to take care of your family. You have to help the community. Shit, you haven't even had a chance to cash your motherfucking check from the goddamn lottery, but all of a sudden you have all these responsibilities and expectations placed upon you. And now you're sitting here saying like, shit, I don't remember signing up on this volunteer list to be doing all this motherfucking shit. But you know what? Because you're winning and you're succeeding, you think that that's what the fuck you're supposed to do. Because people say you're supposed to do it. That's pooper scooping. That is pooper scooping. That is pooper scooping. I'm going to say it 3 goddamn times. Actually, I'm going to say it 4 times. That is pooper scooping. Because you are allowing other people to do some shit that you haven't agreed upon. You don't even know that you're doing the shit and you're being made to do it. That's what the funny thing about it is. And these are other people's problems. A lot of the things you're dealing with wasn't even your shit. I get the feeling you are motherfucking puzzled. I'm going to say that again to you. Some of the things in your life that you're dealing with, insecurities, fucking the voices that you hear in your head telling you you're not worthy, you shouldn't be doing this, you can't do this, you're not smart enough, you're fat enough, you're ugly enough, you're black enough, you're not white enough, whatever the fucking case may be. Your hair's too curly, your hair's not too straight, whatever issues you have. Your feet stink, your feet don't stink, your ass is too flat, your ass is too big, whatever, your dick is curved, your dick is not curved, whatever the problem is that you have. I have a strong feeling that the shit that's in your head, it's other people's shit. It's other people's shit. A lot of quote unquote problems you have are not yours. Now, hey, don't get it twisted. I didn't say your motherfucking ass is perfect. No one's perfect. We are perfectly imperfect. But I can guarantee you 50%, at least 50% of the shit that you got going on in your life, that shit ain't yours. It's not yours. It's not yours. I'm going to say it is not yours. It was given to you by your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, teachers, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Now, keep in mind, I did say you got fucking problems, because that's why we are here to solve a motherfucking issues. We all do. We all do. We all have a nice size of our own problems. But a good portion of that pie belongs to others. And you need to give that motherfucking shit back to the motherfucker that left it with you. Yeah, that's what I said. You need to give the shit back to the people who gave that shit to you. Now you're saying, Tara, what the fuck are you talking about? How the fuck am I? First of all, you want me to sit back and you want me to figure out what's mine and what's not mine. Hell yeah, that's called spring motherfucking cleaning. You got to spring clean your motherfucking house. You are the house, let's be clear. You need to spring clean that shit. Then after, Tara, I start spring cleaning, you want me to identify the original owner of this shit. Hell yeah, that is what I motherfucking said. You are smart. That is what I am saying. First, you have to clean the shit, get the cobwebs out, get the trash out. Then when you're looking at the trash, you need to find out who, what, when, where, how, why, where you got that shit from. You do. Because if you think that you can spring clean and just throw all that shit in the garbage and recycle bin, it's going to go away. No, that's not how it motherfucking works. That's not how it works in the universe. It's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. If you do not deliver it to the place it belongs, it's going to come back to you. Trust and believe it's going to come back to your ass one shape or another saying, motherfucker, you thought you were getting rid of me? I am a magnet to your ass. I'm going to find you. That is why you have to find a new ownership. And the new ownership should be the original ownership. Because if you don't tie the shit to someone else, it's automatically going to be tied to you. That's just how it works. So don't scoop, don't take, or don't allow people to create bullshit for you. Just don't. Free yourself. Free your mind. Free yourself and reclaim your life back. Got it? Free yourself. Do the work for yourself. You're saying, who wants to do all this shit? Well, let me tell you something. If you don't do the work, you're going to do the work one way or the other. Now, you can do the work where you constantly have motherfucking problems and you're still doing the same shit and you're not achieving your greatest potential and living the life that you deserve, you're worthy of, and that you dream. You can live that life. Or you can live another life, the life that you're currently living, where you're not doing shit about anything. You're fucking miserable. You have all these motherfucking problems and you can't figure out why you're not progressing. Either way, you're doing the work. Either way, you're doing the work. Now, the question is, what results do you want? If you want real, productive, positive, life-enhancing results, then you gotta spring motherfucking clean yourself. If you don't want to do that work, you can keep doing life the way you've been doing it. Keep doing it. And keep being a miserable sack of shit son of a bitch. That is what I said. I'm gonna fuck if you don't like it. That's the truth. But you're going to do the work. Either you can be proactive or you can be reactive. I'm a firm believer. Shit, if I'm here, give me the motherfucking steering wheel, give me the reins, give me the gun, give me what the fuck. I'm riding this bitch. I'm taking control. That's how I am. I am not going to sit back and let shit happen to me, especially if I can have control of the situation. You better believe I'm difficult and demanding. It's going to take that shit, own that shit, and run that shit. That is what I said. And that's a lot of shits in one sentence. Yes, but you understand what the hell I'm saying. That is what I'm going to do. Where I can get control and take control of my destiny, I am going to do that. I am going to do that. I am going to make those self-honoring, respectful decisions, self-loving decisions for myself. And for the people I care about, I try to make moves that are self-honoring and reflective of how much I care for my loved ones. But sometimes the decisions you make, your loved ones may not fully support it. They may not fully understand it. So no matter if you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Any decision you make, there's going to be a consequence. Whether it's a good consequence or a bad consequence, there's going to be something that happens in your life. And that's just the way things go. But you have to reclaim your life. Now here, let me tell you a secret. Have you ever had a verbal argument with someone? Now, if you say no, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Because if you're living on this earth, you listen to this motherfucking podcast, you know and I know your ass has gotten into an argument, okay? So stop motherfucking lying. But hey, you want to say no, you want to be in denial, that's your business. But I'm telling you, I know you're lying, you know you're lying, and all the rest of us that are listening know you're lying. Okay? We're done with that. And the person that you're arguing with, they're saying mean, hurtful, irrelevant things. Yes, I've had plenty of arguments with people where we start arguing about X. Okay, we talking about that motherfucking red apple over there. And this motherfucker's talking about bananas and motherfucking kiwis and all that shit. They ain't got nothing to do with the fuck we're arguing about. But this motherfucker's talking about all that shit, right? Okay? And then they're saying some other irrelevant, mean shit that's not dealing with the issue. Now, you have to take a step back in that argument because they're going to be saying some shit to make you upset because that's what they want to do. They're angry. You're angry. You know what? You're trying to win this argument. You're trying to go for... They're trying to not go below the belt. They're going for your motherfucking ankles, okay? That's what this argument is. It's downright dirty and nasty. They're going not below the belt. They're going way down to your ankles. They're saying mean, hurtful things. And while you're fighting with this son of a bitch, you have to kind of like step outside yourself. You kind of like have to disassociate yourself. And it's difficult because you're in the heat of the moment. But you have to take a step back and listen to what they're saying. Because whatever they're saying to you, whatever they're saying about you, it isn't really about you. Listen to what I'm saying. Whatever they're saying about you, whatever you think they're saying about you, whatever is making you upset, it's really not about you. They're actually talking about themselves. They are literally throwing poop at your ass. That is a pooper scooper type of situation. Have you ever had a fight with someone? They said some shit that made you really upset. You thought it was you. You told them some shit. They used it against you. No, just listen. It may be hurtful to you, but that conversation, that argument is not really about you. It's about them, and they are deflecting it. If you listen carefully, you can infer their fears, insecurities, issues, and so on. You can. You really can. And that gives you insight. Now, you can use the insight to crush, kill, and destroy the motherfucker in the argument. But if you want to be mature, you can take a step back and realize what's going on here and not get caught up in this destructive loop of fighting and arguing back and forth. So even during a really bad argument, don't let someone create new issues for you. Don't let them stoke some quote unquote current issues. Stoke as in stoke a fire. You got to be grounded and have clarity. Don't get caught up in your emotions. Yes, I know it's easier said than done. But when someone's saying some crazy off the wall shit and you're like, huh? What the fuck? And then you come back with some more, huh? What the fuck? And then they come back with some, huh? And y'all just keep going at it. Nothing's getting really resolved. So then you have to take a step back and say, okay, this motherfucker's stupid as hell. And this shit ain't got nothing to do with me. You have to do that. Don't get caught up in your emotions. Realize that if someone is not truly being supportive, and you will know, then you must realize they're trying to get you to pick up their shit. They try to get you to pick up their shit even in the course of an argument. So you have to be aware and you have to be on point and ready, because pooper scooping comes in many different faces, forms, fashion. It comes at you in many different ways. It comes from your family, strangers, at work. People be trying to play your ass in so many different ways. And you can't let that happen. That's when people say business is not personal, it's business. Hell, that is a goddamn lie. Business is personal. Let me tell you why. Because people are involved in motherfucking business. Now, when dogs and cats start making motherfucking deals and negotiating contracts, then you know what? You can say it's not personal. You can say it's not animal, it's business. But as long as human motherfucking beings are involved in business, business is always motherfucking personal. Don't let someone pull that shit on you also. That's also pooper scooping. Like, no, it's not me. It's really you. Cause you're taking this too personal. It's just business. Bitch, please. Bitch, motherfucking please. It is personal. When humans are involved in some shit, business or not, it is personal. That is why you're fucking pissed, because it's become personal. And now the mother person trying to punk you, trying to play you, saying, no, it's not really that. It's just you. You need to toughen up. You need to get better, shrewd business skills. You need to be, no, that's a motherfucking lie. They're pooping, scooping your ass. They are pooping, scooping your ass. They are playing your ass. They are manipulating you. They are trying to get you to pick up and own their shit. And what I need you to do, I need you to say, fuck that. That's what I said. Fuck that shit. Fuck you. Fuck that shit. It ain't happening. And toss their shit right back at them. Don't be a shit catcher. That's what the fuck I said. Don't be a shit catcher. Stop catching other people's shit. It is not your job. It is not your right. It is not your obligation. It is not your birthplace to catch other people's shit. You are born on this earth with your own karma, with your own demons that you need to reconcile and fix. How the fuck you gonna get your shit done if you're too busy catching other people's shit? Seriously. That's why people have so many motherfucking issues. You're too busy dealing with shit. It's none of your motherfucking business. People are skilled at giving you things that they should be dealing with. Oh, it's because of you that I haven't achieved this. Oh, it's because of you not being a role model. No. Don't let that shit fly. People need to take responsibility for their choices, their actions, and their decisions, including you. No more poop and scooping. No more pooper scoopers. I tell my children that. I live by that shit. If it ain't yours, give that shit back. I read an article about Trump's and minion Trump's comments on workplace harassment. They're swaying and varying comments on workplace harassment. In August 2016, Trump big raccoon wearing motherfucking Trump. That's the older one. For those of you who don't know, he was asked about workplace harassment, and his response was, "I would like to think that she being his daughter, Ivanka Trump, would find another career or company if that was the case." So he was asked if Ivanka Trump was being harassed on her job. What do you think about that? What do you think she should do about it? How do you think the situation should be handled? And he said, "I think she should find another career or company if that was the case." So you got a motherfucker who's bothering you on the job, and you should give up your career because this bitch ass motherfucker can't keep his hands to himself, can't keep his motherfucking mouth shut. She should give up her career or go to another company. I've had enough. You see, myself, I've been through situations like this where I've been harassed on the job, varying ways. And it happened when I was younger. If that shit happened now, I'm old enough and demented enough and wise enough. I believe that we should start turning the motherfucking tables on people. Like, seriously, it's that politeness that I was talking about in my first segment, Come Into My World, that we're raised to be automatically polite. We're raised to take people's shit like pooper scooping. And that is part of the sexual harassment problem. Like, why does someone else's bad decisions and actions, when does that become my responsibility? When did that become my responsibility? If a motherfucker can't keep his dick in his goddamn pants and his hands on his motherfucking hips and he's rubbing all on me, how is that my problem? How is that my problem? And that is what's wrong with this fucking culture of ours, where the person who is suffering is the one that is responsible for the fucking pervert. I can't control that son of a bitch. The son of a bitch can't even control his goddamn son. So how am I responsible? Why the fuck should I give up what I worked hard for because a motherfucker can't behave himself? No. We need to start punking people's asses. That's exactly what we need to do. Someone needs to start a company that comes in, that flips the motherfucking script and starts sexually harassing the sexual harassers. We might have to get the most hideous looking, the most smelliest looking, the most audacious people to harass the sexual harassers. That's exactly what I said. And we need to give out fucking tasers. We need to start tasing those son of a bitches. Congress needs to pass a law that says, look, if you're being harassed on the job, if a motherfucker's bothering you, bzz that ass. That's what the fuck I said. Start sizzling their motherfucking ass. Bzz. Bzz. That's what the fuck you need to do. Fuck that shit. Why should I give up my career? Why should I have to look for another fucking company? I came to the company because I wanted to be there and I thought I would be happy until I met your slithering fucking ass and you started bothering me. I was happy. So you want me to give my shit up? No, motherfucker. I'm going to make you give your shit up. That is what we think we need to do. And then with Trump, big raccoon wearing Trump, he said, I think it's got to be up to the individual. It also depends on what's available. Better alternative or not. If there's not a better alternative, you got to stay. If there is a better alternative, you should leave. No, motherfucker. No, motherfucker try to harass me. I swear to God, he's going to be eating his motherfucking dick. That's what the fuck I said. By the time I'm done with his motherfucking ass, he is going to be sucking his own motherfucking dick because by the time I'm done, he is not going to have any other interest in any other human being. Man, hermaphrodite, male, woman, nothing. By the time I'm done with your bitch ass, you are going to wish that you did not have any sexual desire at all. That's what the fuck I said. We need to take our motherfucking power back. That is what I said. We need to stop feeling like we are the victims. We need to stop feeling like it's okay. Hell no, it's not motherfucking okay. It's not okay. The next time a motherfucker sexual harasses you, ladies, that's what you do. You buy a fucking dildo and you shove that bitch in that motherfucker's mouth. That's exactly what the fuck you should do. And see how he likes that shit. Oh, and then when we do that, we'll be in the wrong. We'll be in the wrong. We will be in the wrong. Oh, you violated him. Oh, when this motherfucker was violating me and I told you he's harassing me, what the fuck you do about that? You didn't do shit. So now he can suck on this dick and you can kiss my motherfucking ass. That's exactly what we should do. We need to take our power back. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to go to war. All this nice talk, wearing black and taking a stance, doesn't mean anything to these demented motherfuckers. They keep doing it. They've been doing it for years. They've been doing it for centuries. They've been doing it for generations. And we're taught to take it. Whether you're a minority, you're a woman, you're gay, you're lesbian, whatever the case may be, because you're some form of minority, it's like we've been programmed to take shit. That's pooper scooping. And we have to stop that shit. So if that means we have to do some dirty, twisted, demented shit, then you know what? That's what the fuck you have to do to get the motherfucker off your back. Sometimes to get rid of a bully, whether it's a sexual bully or a bully on the playground, you have to punk that motherfucker. You have to show them who is boss. And I'm serious. Buy dildos, start leaving that shit on the desk. Start making a fool out of those sons of bitches. Two can play that game. Show these motherfuckers who is going to really win the game. That is what you do. If you are going to have to leave your goddamn job anyway because your boss is sexually harassing you, whatever the case, make a fool out of that motherfucker son of a bitch. That's what the fuck I said. Make a fool out of his ass. You want some plans? You want some idea? Contact my crazy ass. That is what we need to start doing. Because when we start checking these motherfuckers, when we start embarrassing them, calling them out, let them call his ass out. If you know you're going to leave your job because the motherfuckers harassing, let them know. I saw your 2-inch dick. People are going to be like, what the fuck you saying in this meeting? Yeah. Y'all didn't know he pulled out his dick. They're going to look, he's crazy. Yeah. Let me show you the dick pic. You got to get audacious. You have to get audacious. If you don't get audacious, you are being bullied. And you keep hiding and keeping quiet about it and keeping it secret, that just makes them more and more powerful. Take your motherfucking power back. Take it back. Now, Minion Trump, Eric Trump, he said, and he's talking about his older sister, he said he didn't think his older sister, Ivanka, would put herself in a position to be sexually harassed in the first place. What? That shit sounds stupid as hell. That shit sounds stupid as hell. Who, if you ain't looking to get fucked, if you're not looking to get seduced, how the fuck you gonna put yourself in this situation? How the fuck you gonna put yourself in a situation that you didn't know you put your fucking self in the situation? Like, how do you know what the hell is going through somebody's mind? You don't always know when someone's attracted to you. You don't know if that motherfucker's right in the head or not. So how can you actually choose to do some shit when you don't know the shit that's being done behind the scenes? You don't know. So how can you possibly know? Unless y'all motherfuckers are psychic. Okay. I didn't think so. There is no way for someone to know that a motherfucker is honed in on you and wants to start sexually harassing you in the workplace. There's no way for you to know. He didn't say, hey, I got your application. I reviewed it. You said you want to be sexual harassed. I'm the man for the motherfucking job. You didn't fill out no application, did you? Did you hit up a volunteer sheet? Did you pay for a motherfucker to come bother you? No. If you're going to work, you're trying to get paid like the rest of us. So who's trying to pick up dick at work? Huh? Was that part of the job duties? Was that in the job description? I didn't motherfucking think so. So for his stupid ass to say, you know what? I don't think my sister will put herself in that position in the first place. Bitch, please. Bitch, motherfucking please. I can guarantee you, I'm 85 to 90% confident that Ivanka Trump has been harassed in one way or another in the workplace. I don't give a fuck what you say. She'll never admit it. She'll never tell. You know why? Because she has a father for a buffoon and she has a brother for a fucking imbecile. That is why. They won't understand it because it's these type of perpetrators that are around you that are pooper scoopers who makes you think that, you know what? You're the issue. And if you let it happen, you're definitely the issue. These like Eric Jr. and Trump are the reason that these types of men, how do you have fucking perverts as a brother and a goddamn father? And would you ever admit? No, she's been programmed to take shit. She has been designed to be a pooper scooper. And she's so well designed that she would never admit it. She would never motherfucking admit it that she's a pooper scooper. Eric Jr. said that Ivanka, is it Eric Jr.? It's probably Don. Excuse me. Yeah, Eric Trump, that fucking idiot. I'll move on to Don Jr. in a second. But Eric Trump said, Ivanka is a strong, powerful woman. She wouldn't allow herself to be objectified. I told you, we need to start buying dildos and motherfucking tasers because of idiots like this. Idiots like this. No one, most people would not choose to have themselves treated in such a manner. So the fact that his idiot motherfucking ass, he shouldn't even be allowed to talk. He should not be allowed to have a motherfucking voice. This is why they continually get away with this shit. This is why. Because you do whatever the fuck you want. And then you sit there and you make the other person think you're the fucking reason why it happened. And the fact that it did happen means there's something wrong with you. And then that's how people, they start developing issues saying, I'm not worthy. I should be treated like this because of stupid motherfuckers like that. How is someone going to come mistreat you and say you're the fucking reason why you're being mistreated? Like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're supposed to be so religious. You and your motherfucking family is supposed to be so religious. You don't know the difference between right and wrong? Tell me which religious text you've read that said you can go around sexually harassing people and then go blame the person because they're sad and upset they didn't want it. That's some bitch ass shit. That's some bitch ass shit. And then you have Donald Jr. here. He said, a woman who cannot handle harassment should consider a career change. You see, I am a firm believer, firm believer. I like to give them shit back. And I serve it. Oh God, I serve it so well. If these are the rules that you play by, these are the rules of your game, I love to take people's shit and I love to make them eat it. And that's what the fuck I said. I like to take their shit and I like to make them motherfucking eat it. So you think that if you cannot handle being mistreated, then you shouldn't have the career? I would haunt your motherfucking ass when you're awake, when you're sleeping, in your next motherfucking life. I would haunt you for as long as your goddamn soul lived. I would harass your son of a bitch ass. That's what I said. I would make you feel the stupidity that you're speaking. I would make you feel that shit because that's what people like that's what they need. They don't understand human intellectual conversation. Any motherfucker who says stupid like that, saying if you can't handle harassment, then you shouldn't be in a career. Oh, okay. That means you're not being harassed. Someone needs to take him, pin his ass up in one of the men's restroom in his office and give him a taste for his money. I swear to God, hire me to come up with this shit. I would fuck his motherfucking happiness up. I would make it so that he would all of a sudden look like Mother Teresa. He would look like an angel by the time I was done with his ass. Because that's what some people like that need. They don't understand humanity. They don't have any compassion. They have no compassion at all. And sometimes, unfortunately, people have to suffer real good and long and hard before they understand how they treat others. And it shouldn't be that way. But some people, like I said, they're fucking stupid. I would make Don Jr. suffer. That's what I would do. I would make him live, breathe, everything that he talked about, he should experience. He should know firsthand what it feels like. He said, if you can't handle some of the basic stuff in the workplace, like you should go and teach kindergarten. Oh, okay. So your stupid ass just think all people, only attractive people is going to be after you, right? Not the people you can't stand or hideous. I swear to you, you need to find somebody and give him a taste of his own medicine. And let's go see if he wants to teach motherfucking kindergarten. You see, one thing about bullies, they like to dish it, but they can't take it. They can never take it because they're weak. They're weak at mind. They're weak at heart. They're physically weak. They're a weak motherfucker. And sometimes to get weak people strong, strength comes through suffering. And clearly this is a man who has never suffered, who hasn't had someone. Well, maybe he has. Maybe that's why he's wired this way. Maybe his father mistreated him. Maybe he saw his mother being mistreated. But people like that, the only way they can learn is through experience. And I think he should have the experience of losing his career, what he studied for and worked long and hard for, and go teach kindergarten. He should do that. He said, you can't be negotiating billion-dollar deals. This is Don Jr. If you can't handle, some harassment, though a line should be drawn at certain behavior. So who determines where that line should be drawn? First, you just call people weak and say they deserved it and they should give up their career if they can't handle a little bit of harassment. But now you're saying a line should be drawn. Who the fuck are you to determine where that line is drawn? Huh? Who the fuck are you to determine that? Who the fuck are you? You see, when he ends up in prison with the rest of his family, let's just see then how he feels when his cellmate gets in his ass, literally, when he's trying to draw a motherfucking line. That cellmate's gonna take that line and shove it down his goddamn throat. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. Bullying behavior is just ridiculous. So you agree a certain line should be drawn and only you can determine who, when, where, what, how, why that line should be drawn. The motherfucker can't, they have no say because you think you're more important than the other person. That other person doesn't know. They don't know what they want, what they need, what they do or do not want to experience. Like, who made these people so important that, they know what's best for everyone? How did it become so important? How did they become so self-important that they can determine who should be harassed, when they should be harassed, and why they should be harassed? I think the whole family is poisonous. Their whole family is poisonous. Something is not right. I think they're crooks, they're thieves, they're fucking bullies, and they harass people. They just, all these religious abiding people they like to pretend to be, they're not that. Because there's no Bible, there's no church that you can sit in that sits here and says that what the fuck they're saying in these interviews is right. And I don't even understand how these religious organizations that they're a part of are even allowing them to step foot into business, step foot into the churches. I don't see how it's allowed. It is absurd. It is completely absurd. And yet here they are. They're running our country. And you want to know why they're talking about, all these other people, they have low morals. This is a low moral having motherfucking family. The whole Trump family, they're not right. And no one has the balls to do anything about it. No, you know why? Because the rest of the motherfuckers that are running with them are just as classless and loathless as they are. Key allies of Trump on Capitol Hill and his friends are urging him to avoid potential political legal jeopardy and not answer questions from Mueller. Like, if you have nothing to hide, you've done nothing wrong, there's no potential legal jeopardy, is there? Is there? Because you and I both know that motherfucker has done some shit. He's done a lot of shit. And if he goes in there and starts running his fucking jaws, Trump, he's going to implicate all the rest of those motherfuckers. That's the truth. So they're acting like they're trying to save Trump's ass. No, they're really trying to save their own ass because they know Trump is the golden gatekeeper. He keeps all their goddamn secrets. And they also know Trump's weaknesses. And Trump said, well, his reply, we'll see what happens. I mean, certainly I'll see what happens. But when they have no collusion and nobody has found any collusion at any level, it seems unlikely that you would even have an interview. So Trump says or thinks if he says there's been no collusion, like if you say that shit a number of times, it becomes real, becomes fact, it becomes law, it becomes biblical. Like if you say some shit enough times, that makes that shit true. So he's saying, if I've done nothing wrong and it's all cool, why would there be an interview? And even if there was an interview, shit, I've done nothing wrong. So what I got to hide? Makes sense, right? His fucking peasant ass fucking thinking, it makes sense. There's no collusion. There's never been any collusion. But if there was some collusion, you ain't got no proof. So shit, I ain't got no problem talking to this motherfucker because this motherfucker he's saying this about Mueller. If the motherfucker was really good at his job, he would have had some shit on me by now. But years gone by, he ain't got shit. He ain't talked to me yet. He don't know shit. He ain't gonna get shit. Shit, I'll talk to his punk ass. That's what Trump is saying about Mueller. I would talk to Mueller as Mueller ain't got shit on shit. Because if he had shit, it would be clink clank, clink clank. And it hasn't been clink clank or handcuffs. And since there's no click clank, Trump saying, shit, I'm the man, I'm good, I can talk to the motherfucker or not. It is what it is, it ain't what it ain't. So that's why Trump wants to testify. Now, Trump doesn't want to testify because he's guilty or not guilty. Trump wants to testify because Mueller, if he had something, Trump would already be arrested. That's Trump's thinking. And since Mueller thinks he's so smart, which he is not, this is Trump thinking, if Mueller was so smart, he would already have shit to arrest me. So since a year has gone by and the motherfucker hasn't caught me yet, can't catch me, I'm good. So I can talk to his bitch ass all I want because he ain't got shit. If he doesn't have it now, he's never going to get it. So I have nothing to lose. Yes, whether Trump did something or not, it doesn't matter. Because according to Trump, if Mueller was really on his level, he would already got the evidence to arrest him. And the fact that he's not, to Trump, that means Trump is more intelligent than Mueller. So that's why Trump doesn't have a problem talking to Mueller. He doesn't have a problem. Because he's saying, the son of a bitch Mueller can't catch me. He can't get me. So whether I did something or not, collusion, no collusion, there is no proof, bitches. I got away with it. So I don't mind talking to Mueller. Shit, I ain't got nothing else better to do. And if I can make him look more stupid than what he already did, let me talk to the man. This is what Trump's saying. Let me talk to the man. But his people are saying no. They don't want him talking to Mueller. They want him to answer Mueller's questions in writing. And they want Mueller's questions to be provided in advance. Okay, so imagine some of you motherfuckers who have been arrested and you got a court case. Can you ask the judge, the lawyer, the prosecuting lawyer to give you the questions in advance so you can prepare for the shit? Like, is that truth, justice, and liberty for all? That doesn't sound like truth, justice, and liberty for me. That sounds like some fucking bullshit. You got a potential criminal and his lawyers are saying, give us the questions in advance so we can give you the answers in writing. You see, that looks like guilty to me because like I said before, if you have nothing to hide, you don't have a problem because the truth is always the truth. The truth doesn't have many different fucking stories. The story doesn't change with the motherfucking truth. Don't matter how many questions, how many ways and days you ask the same goddamn question. The truth always stays the same. It's only when a son of a bitch is lying that the story sways in many different ways. That's how you know a motherfucker's lying. When the story keeps evolving, changing, when the story is a chameleon, there's a lie. There's a lie. But because of our legal system, you gotta have proof. You gotta have proof for rich sons of bitches. If your ass is poor, they can send you to jail for no matter what. But if you're rich, you gotta find the proof. And it's sticky icky to find the proof. This man knows how to conduct deals without leaving a paper trail. This man knows how to conduct deals without having his hands dirty, which is why his bitch ass lawyer paid that bum looking porn star the money. Because he knows how to make people his pawns and get them to do what the fuck he wants without getting his hands dirty. That sounds like a master con man to me. But shit, I'm being judgmental. Who the fuck am I? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. They are crooks on the street that don't get this privilege of getting questions in advance because that's why you have investigators and detectives. They like to throw your motherfucking shit off. They like to throw your motherfucking shit off, and that's how they catch you in a lie. But overall, these people, his allies and so-called motherfucking friends, they're not really worried about Trump. Let's get that straight. They're worried about themselves because they know if Mueller gets Trump in that interview and Mueller trips up Trump, which you and I both know, his raisin-eating ass is going to get tripped up by Mueller. You and I both know it. And when he gets tripped up, he gets angry. And when he gets angry, he says some side shit. And when he says the side shit, there's always nuggets of truth in the side shit. Like I said, Trump is one of the number one pooper scoopers. And if for those of you that didn't listen to my first part, Come Into My World segment, a pooper scooper is a person who likes to take their shit and make it seem like it's your shit. They like to take their problems, their issues and insecurities and try to make it seem like you are the motherfucker with the problem when they're the fucker with the problem. So Trump could imperil his presidency with a mistake before Mueller's team and simply they think it's not worth the risk. They can't trust Trump to toe the line. They know he thinks he's smarter. He thinks he can outmaneuver everything. That is why this man, our president, is pulling out the most obscure laws that are rarely used to advance his agenda. Because that is what he does. That is how he's made his money. He has his lawyers, his fucking pawns, look up shit and exploit loopholes. And that is how he gets rich. That is how he's able to not pay back monies. That's how he's able to file bankruptcy. That is how he won the presidency. He found a fucking loophole. He is the loophole motherfucking king. And that is why he's sitting so high up on his throne, because he thinks no one can knock him the fuck down. That is why the RNC, the Republican National Committee, are paying his fucking legal fees. Now, his personal legal fees is being paid by another organization that's supposed to be supporting political parties. Trump's woes, how's that tied to? No, it's not tied. They're just protecting their interests. They know they have a shrewd businessman and they're using it to their advantage. So no, they don't want Trump talk because they don't want to be exposed, because they don't want to go to jail. So they need to keep the golden gatekeeper. They need to keep their golden hen, their golden cow locked away and kept away from Mueller. But they can't keep him away from Mueller for long. And Trump loves a challenge. He loves to show that he's smarter, he can outmaneuver, and if he can't outmaneuver you, he can outbully you. Either way, Trump likes to win by any means necessary, and he's confident that he can beat Mueller. He is completely confident. But Mueller didn't get to where he was and didn't get to where he is because he's a motherfucking fool. He knows these type of people. And he knows how to track them down. And that is why the longer this goes on, the more people he's folding and getting people to, he's getting closer and closer and closer. But here's the magic trick. It may not end up on Trump's lap. It may be someone bigger behind this shit that they don't want to get exposed. And that is something that will be told. And that will be something that's very interesting to see. But they're all looking out for their own ass. But I think, like I told you before, Trump has a lot of dirty secrets on these people. And they know it. And they don't want that shit exposed. So they're trying to keep him away as long as possible. But Mueller's not stupid either. He's giving them enough time and enough rope so they can hang themselves. Because what happens is that when people do shit, and they get away with it, they grow confidence. They grow bigger balls. They grow more brazen. And that is where you make your motherfucking mistakes. It's in your confidence, your pride. That is what trips and slips you the fuck up. So those of you who think you're smarter, who think you're better, who think you can outmaneuver, your shit always catches up with you. What my mom used to say is what you do in the dark will always come to light. And when you get caught, you will get caught for every motherfucking thing you've done and you thought you get away with. So you can't outmaneuver karma. You cannot. It will get your ass. It will get your ass. And guess what, Trump and his allies? Mueller's coming for your asses. Mueller is coming for your asses. You better believe. Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding or Twitter at Mrs. D&D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Now give. My episode links to friends, family, associates, frenemies. Hell, give it to your enemies. Actually, I don't give a damn who you give it to. Just give the shit to people and bring laughter to others and show your love for this podcast. Will you miss me as much as I miss you? Our time will come again soon. Episode 18 is coming on March 23rd, 2018 from the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Visit my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and my Twitter page at Mrs. D&D.